Okay, I think I'm here, and you guys are totally gonna have to bear with me because this is a brand new way of doing things for me, and yeah, I'm not even 100% sure I'm doing what I should be doing. So I'm just checking my actual Facebook myself, and yeah, looks like I'm live. I know that there is an incredible delay. So the beginning of this, you probably saw me sort of sitting there, not really doing anything. So I apologize for any lags or delays, or if the syncing or dubbing is off or whatever. Um, yeah, I'm winging it here. Anyways, happy Friday. And I am early today, and I apologize for not giving much heads up notice about that. I've got some errands to do here. My daughter doesn't have school today, and yeah, it's just been a little bit crazy. So I thought, well, rather than pushing things super late or anything, I will just jump on early, and then you can watch it when you like, as always. So notifications on my phone. Oh, you're gonna see, you can see my phone screen already here. So this is what I'm looking at doing here is this little a live demo on how to do a Facebook Live. And as I've mentioned to a few people so far, this is a real test of my coordination skills, not my strength. So we're gonna try this out and see. And yeah, all right. So this is fun. This is so weird for me. You have no idea on my end, seeing the different things going on my computer screen and having my phone. It's definitely a different than when I just do it straight on my phone. That's so much easier. But that's okay. I'm excited about this because it's a new thing for me. So what we are going to do here is, as you can see, we've got my phone on the screen there, and I'm going to show you how to do a Facebook Live, and I'm actually going to do a Facebook Live on my phone in this thing you're seeing, PF testing group. I literally set up a secret group to test things in. So that's what that's all about. So what you're going to see here, it's not really a fully formed group, so we get things in there about, add a cover photo. So, and as you can see, there's actually a video popping up here. That's when I tried it another time, another test that I did. So anyways, sorry, I feel really kind of disorganized on this today. So when you're doing a Facebook Live from a phone, and I'm using an iPhone, so Androids, they're pretty similar. I haven't done much in the way on Android phones. My mom's got one, but I use the iPhone mostly. So let's just walk through that. And what you're seeing over on the side of my screen there is my iPhone, and I'm in a group. So you navigate to where you want to do the Facebook Live first when you're doing it from your phone. So like if you're on your, here, I can even do this because look, we're on my phone. So if I go to my personal profile here, if you were to launch a Facebook Live in here, then that's where it would end up displaying and being live. Okay, but yeah, that was when my daughter got back from Japan. Um, so you really want to make sure that you're navigating to where exactly it is that you want that Facebook Live to happen, right? So clearly, I do not want this test to be public. So I'm going to go back to the testing group here. Now, when you are on the page or in the group where you want to do the Facebook Live, you have two options. So on the screen you see write something, so you can tap there, and that brings up where you would normally type in your text type status update message. In that list there, you then have whether you want to upload a photo or video, and the next one is live video. And I will admit sometimes these change order, so just look at the whole list. But you can tap right on that there for live video to get started. Now, another option is when you're back at the main screen here, you've got the three little dots over to the right. Those dots are always indicative of a menu, and they're either horizontal or they're vertical, but they mean, hey, there's more information here. When you tap on those dots here, it's going to give you a submenu as well. And as a side note, when you're on your phone, this is actually how you also get to the create a poll version. You'll see that in the menu there. You can't, it doesn't show up when you just start typing a status update in the main area. Okay, but yeah, so that's a side note because that's something they kind of keep hidden there. But this is also where you can start a live video from. So you have the two options of where you can kick it off from once you're in the right place. So now, here we go, let's do this, okay? And already, I mean, I haven't even started doing this, and I'm having troubles remembering that my camera is up here. So, all right, so we're gonna tap on Start Live Video. And then what you get here is, you're gonna see my big face because I had it really close. So this is the screen that you'll get on your phone, and what you have to do to sort of get it started. Now, it's kind of cool. There's a few things that you can do in here. So number one is describe your video, right? So you can tap in this area here where it says describe your video and put in testing Facebook Live, okay? And whatever it is that you're doing there. There's a couple other things that you've got going on here. So up in the top right corner of the screen, and I apologize, you're watching my Facebook Live and I'm looking down, and yeah, it's, like I said, coordination. Top right hand corner of your phone screen, you're going to see those little arrows. That means to flip your camera. Okay, so there we go. Now we're looking at my computer. You can flip that back. Then the one next to it is for a light, actually. Okay, so you'll notice that the brightness changed when I did that. It's like the flash kind of thing, okay? And when you tap on the screen, it actually adjusts the brightness based on where you're tapping. And of course, there's such a lag on my computer, I can't see whether you actually see my tap motions. Oh, you can see my Tim Hortons sticker on the back of my phone. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know if you really, it's easy to see anyways, but when you tap the screen after you've turned on the flash thing, it does adjust the brightness, and then you can turn that off. Now the fun one though, okay, is over in the top left corner. On your video, it might be hidden behind the live button there. So you've got the X to close it out, but next to it, you've got like an enhancement icon that you can choose. And when you click on that, you get all these different little things. Now, they don't come installed sort of by default. You do have to download them if you want to use them. But as an example, I had already downloaded some of these. So if we tap on that, you're going to see on my screen. Okay, so this is not live yet. I have not gone live. I'm just messing around on my phone. So you're able to mess with these things in the live settings without actually being live yet, okay? We can see. Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, see, that's how you can heckle me. I didn't want you to figure that out. Yeah, okay, so you can play with these stickers, and there's several of them that you can download and do fun things with. So, right, oh, here, there we go. See, now I have a pretty flower in my hair. Oh, okay, so now moving along the bottom of this particular screen, so we're on the stickers one. The next one over gives you your filters. Now they're nowhere near as good as the filters as Snapchat, if any of you have played with those, but yeah, we can, you know, oh, I'm totally green. Right? So you can play with those filters as well. Then on the next one, okay, and this is kind of weird. This took me a second to get used to. So this is like a pen. This is actually a pen that you can draw on your screen with. So you could pick a color, and then you can write on your screen. And I'm really not good at it. I'm thinking that maybe a stylus would be better. Maybe I could swing it better with a stylus. I don't know if it would work on the iPhone screen, to be honest with you. And then you can hit the undo button to do it bit by bit, or you can hit delete, and clearly it doesn't want to get rid of that one. I don't know why. Glitch, look at that, see? Imagine that, Facebook's not perfect. So there you go. You can play around with the different colors. You can draw, scribble all over your face. It's a marvelous thing. And then the next one here. Now this is the smart one, okay? This where you've got your flipping options, okay? First off, I don't recommend recording upside down. Yeah. But if you've ever, let me see here, have I got something appropriate that I can share? Hang on a second. Okay, so, oh goodness gracious, I'm so uncoordinated. And yet, believe it or not, would you believe I can actually dance? Like, how is it somebody as uncoordinated as me is actually capable of dancing? Anyways, okay, so here's an example. Now, this is going to be this is so going to be weird. Hopefully, though, and it sucks because I got to keep talking. Otherwise, you're going to get to this part and you're going to be pausing while I'm waiting for the computer one to catch up. Anyways, if you can see that the words are all backwards, right? And this is one of the biggest things that happens with Facebook Lives. So many people do them, and it's really quite comical actually, because they're showing written things that are backwards, and then they know it's backwards, and then they think it's not backwards. And anyways, so what you have here is you have this horizontal flip, and it puts it the right way around. Okay, so then the text is actually readable if you're going to be showing something like this. So especially on like a whiteboard or something to that effect, right? So you've got that option, and you've got more brightness options that you can play around here as well. So, but honestly, the horizontal flip is the most exciting component for me. But the stickers are pretty fun too. All right, so those are all the different things that you can kind of get playing with. Now, once you've got it the way around that you want it, and you've applied anything you want to apply, in that top left corner is the X to sort of come out of that setup area. And then all you have to do is tap the Go Live button in the bottom right corner. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So now it does a countdown, gives you a very minor little countdown, and now you know you're live. So it's a 3, 2, 1, boom, you're live. And it's like, hey, happy Friday. That's how I always know when to say that. Although today, you see, I didn't get my countdown today. That's why I started out so choppy with it. Because when I'm doing it from my computer, it's different. I don't get that countdown at all. I hit start and boom. I'm like, oh yeah, right, this is recording already. So there you go, on the phone. You get that countdown, which is really handy. And away you go, and you do your live and that, so on and so forth. Now, while you're live, I don't think I recommend this to start with, like maybe after a bit of practice, but while you are live, you can get into that enhancement area and you can do things in there, okay? What you won't be able to do, I don't think, oh, look at that, you can. See, I didn't try it before. You can even download new ones if you haven't used them already. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that just adorable? Yeah, no. What's this one? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, look, now I'm a raccoon. Okay. Let's go back to the flower, shall we? Can I? Oh, that's terrible. Okay. My daughter loves stuff like that. So while you are live, I recommend knowing what you're doing before you go live. But yeah, you can get into these and change filters and, do all kinds of different things while you are live. So, and this is where you can write things again too, right? Hi. And honestly, my writing with a pen isn't much better. Probably why I do so much on the computer. I gotta be honest with that. And you can do the flip while you're live as well. So even if you forget and then you realize you want to show something, um, you can go ahead and flip, get into here, flip it, and then grab whatever it is that you're wanting to show. And again, you could go upside down if you want. I'm a possum. Um, so there we go. That, and really that's all there is to it. There's coordination. I've mentioned a few times my coordination sucks. And one of the things that gets me the most is the whole left and right. Like, which side of the screen am I supposed to be on? And my MacBook is just as bad. So it's like, okay, I want to go to the left of the screen. I've got to go to my right or something. I don't know. It's like backing up a trailer. I can't do that either. Not gonna lie. So yeah, that's kind of what it comes down to, is just getting used to that coordination. And for anybody, okay, wait, before I keep talking, let's finish this off. So, because we don't need it to keep going live. So when you are done, actually, you know what, before you're done, you've got this plus person thing here. So you could actually invite people to join into the live while you're in the group. Now, this test group that I'm doing it in, it's literally just Pam and I because it's a secret group. Although, yeah, never mind. Okay, so, and then you can write a comment. Now, I don't know, I did warn Pam that I was coming on, but I'm actually not sure if she's here. I think she may have some stuff going on. So let me just try something actually, because you can't see my computer. I want to show you on here what it looks like when comments start coming up. Okay, so let's go to the test group over there. And yeah, there's my live. Okay, so I'm going to type in test comment. Okay, now this is like a double delay kind of thing. Okay, so now you'll see there. Oh my goodness, I am in so many different places here. What am I looking at? Okay, so I think I'm seeing what you're seeing. Crossword reminder. Get rid of that. That's actually for my newspaper. It's not for me to do a crossword. So yeah, so the comment, you can see it at the bottom there. So that's one of them, just a test thing. Now, if I just, let's just do a few things here. Okay, so eventually, Facebook has expanded how much of the comments show. I wasn't seeing that many before when I would get comments. Not that I often get that many comments, but you know. But yeah, so they have expanded it, which is actually really good because honestly, before you'd only be able to see like one or two, and if somebody typed stuff, it would just disappear. So it was really, really hard. Now, it's letting you scroll. Oh, Facebook, you and your changes. Okay, so it's not such a bad thing anymore. I went through a period of time there when I was doing these Facebook Lives and people would comment, and I absolutely had to have my computer set up next to me because on the phone, I couldn't scroll through these comments. It was really hard for me to, reply to the comments. I have far too many alarms and reminders on my phone. Yeah, so that's actually really interesting. See, look at that. Things change and you learn as you go. But it is much easier now. It was terrible before, and it was really hard to stay on top of those comments and read them and stuff. So I'm really happy that Facebook has tweaked that and improved it. Okay, so that is the comments, it's adding people, it's enhancements, it's flipping the camera, which you can do. Now, another note, when you are flipping the camera when you're live, pause. Because when you flip the camera, it cuts out your audio for just briefly. So if you're in the middle of saying a word, you're going to notice that you won't notice it because okay, never mind. Remember coordination. But but you will have seen how there was a sort of a pause as the screen flipped. The audio cuts out during that. So make sure that before you flip, you stop talking. Okay, I'm going to flip my screen. Now carry on talking. All right, so just a little tip on that to keep in mind. Sorry, I got my computer watching that and I just saw how when I flipped the screen, I was seeing the screen of the screen. Oh, goodness, okay. So you guys are going to laugh your butts off at me over this particular Facebook Live. This is just, honestly, this is just too funny even for me. Okay, so I think that covers all of the features there. When you're done, simply hit the finish button in the bottom right corner. Hit that. Now it says ending live video. You can cancel. I've never hit cancel in the middle of that. I'm assuming it would take you live again. So then on this screen here, this is where you have a little bit of a choice. So that was almost 8 minutes. That means that we've been on here for longer than that. Wow. Time flies when I'm doing these Facebook Lives. I tell you, they go really quick. So on this, once you've done it there, you have the choice to delete or post. So if you're doing a Facebook Live that is kind of like a special limited time type deal or whatever, and you don't want it to be available after, you only wanted it available to the people who actually came on live, then you would hit delete and that won't go on to the wall of wherever you did the recording. But for most situations, you would want to post it so that people can watch the replay later if they did miss the live. So yeah, you just hit post on there. And it always comes up with this discard post thing. I hit keep. I don't know if it's just my phone or what, but it's something to do with because you went into this screen, right? Or it's like you're setting up yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. That's all right. And we have a comment coming through. Nope, it was another comment somewhere else. Look at that. See, I get things. What's going on here? Hang on. Oh, I am going to refresh. Slide. Interesting. All right, so it is easy to confuse me, just saying. Between having stuff on my phone and the notices coming up on my phone, and then I don't like being in Facebook when I'm doing a Facebook Live. I much prefer my phone. When I do it straight on my phone, it's less distracting. So just some points and tips for you on that score, right? And let's just hide my phone here. Ha, look at that. That's a little less distracting. But yeah, as you're doing Facebook Lives and whatnot, do the practicing. And that's one thing where I started to say and then got sidetracked. One thing I recommend is set up a secret group, right? So you can set up as many groups as you want. There's no limits or anything, and you don't have to invite anybody into them, but you can invite people, if you want to be able to test things with somebody or, do some practice sessions and things like that. So a secret group is a really great idea for doing that, because then you literally can get familiar with the tools before you're going live. And believe it or not, I did do a practice of this ahead of time. And I know you can believe me because you saw it when my phone was up on the screen there. So yeah, I did do it, but I did only do one practice. So I will say, with certain things, it's worth doing more than one practice run. And this was a challenge for me. Like it's very different between the screen flips and where the cameras are and what you're looking at and doing and all that sort of stuff. So definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. So, but yeah, I think that kind of covers it. And if you have any questions on doing Facebook Lives, by all means, throw them on in the comments on this one, and I'm happy to answer questions. Android phones, as I mentioned, should be pretty similar to what you just saw me go through with the iPhone. They're pretty standard all the way across the board, really. So My guess would be, if anything, you just might have a few less features. Like you might not have the enhancements in the same way. Maybe you will. It's hard to say. Okay. Um, yeah, I didn't write a script for this one, so I'm trying to think if there's anything I've missed. All right. I think that kind of covers it. We can definitely have a chat in the comments on any other points if we want to dive deeper or clarification on stuff. But all I can really say about Facebook Lives is just practice, right? Jump in and give it a go. They're very addicting. In my other group, I actually said that I wasn't going to do Facebook Lives every Friday anymore. I was going to do some pre-recordings and then do the lives just on the last Friday of each month. And today, seriously, I would have rather just jump in with a live on it. I did end up doing it as a pre-recording, but I was just like, oh, I just want to jump in live. I don't know, they're more fun. I don't know why. But yeah, so definitely give them a try, and everybody is invited and welcome to test out doing Facebook Lives here in Bookshop Bistro. A lot of groups don't allow members to jump in and do that. One thing I do recommend, especially as people start coming sort of out of their shells to do it, give a bit of a heads up before you do it. It gives people a chance to actually try and attend it, but also in case if anybody else, great minds think alike. So if we have like 4 people jump on and do a Facebook Live at the same time, honestly, it's not the end of the world. It can be done. I tested that out too and had multiple Facebook Lives going on in the same group. So, that is a doable thing. So it's not the end of the world. But for the people watching, we can't watch all of them at the same time. So we can't be there to support and interact and that sort of thing, right? So that's all I would say is maybe just throw a heads up of, yeah, I'm going to go live at this time. And then that way everybody knows and we can do what we can do to try and be there. All right. And don't worry too if nobody shows up. I've had plenty of Facebook Lives that I've done for an audience of 0. And you know what? Again, you get used to it and you recognize that it doesn't mean that nobody cares. They watch it later on. People are busy. Life is life. So people will jump in when they can and go from there. I've had other ones where there's been lots of people on and it can get really confusing when there's lots of people going on here. What do we got going on here? Just bear with me a second because, oh, see, now I understand. Thank you, Chris. I actually thought earlier on when I saw the notification come up that Chris had actually made a comment on this Facebook Live. So if you heard me reference that, now you'll understand why I was confused. Easy to confuse me. He actually sent me a private message. So thank you for that. And yeah, without diving too deep on the whole process of doing Facebook Lives, again, and Chris, I'm going to give you credit on this because I appreciate the point. He recommends to tell people to learn to speak slowly and evenly. Okay, and he's right, and I am not very good at it. I go up and down, and there are times when I and other times where I'm pausing too much or I'm umming and awing and that sort of thing. And really those kind of things pretty much come down to the practicing of public speaking, because really that's what this is in a sense. It's a little less daunting because you don't have like this massive audience of faces staring at you. So I'm staring at a computer screen, and again, when I do it on my phone, what I really like is the fact that it is less distracting. So I don't tend to see as many notifications, and it's the only stuff that's actually interacting with that Facebook Live. I'm not getting all of my other things, which I have been getting on this particular one, right? Like as far as other people making comments or sending messages or commenting on in other places altogether, right? So that's a variety of stuff that goes on. So that's one of the things with doing it on the phone that I find a little bit better is that there's less distractions. And you guys have seen me do my Facebook Lives, and you already know that when a comment comes up on a Facebook Live, I'm terrible for stopping mid-sentence to read that comment and then reply to it and then try to go back to where I was, right? So, and that is just with one little piece of distraction. Doing this right now with my phone next to me and on my computer and multiple tabs open and everything. Yeah, there is way too much going on. So every time you're seeing me pause and all that sort of stuff, it's because a squirrel ran across my screen. Yeah, so that's something to keep in mind as you practice and whatnot. You know, aim for the solution that has the least amount of distractions. It will definitely make things go smoother for you. Another awesome point that Chris has just brought up is that when you're doing these, you know, you treat them absolutely like you are only speaking to one person. And again, he's absolutely right, and I'm not very good at that. You know, I tend to know, well, hey, I'm talking to a bunch of people, you know, and I say things that are very inclusive of everybody, but at the same time, you know, I know better, and I have actually been through that. Well, I've done a lot of different acting and whatnot over the years, and yeah, you've got to learn how to tunnel vision and anyway, this isn't an acting class. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of different things and techniques that you can apply to make it go smoother and make you feel more comfortable and that sort of stuff. So dig into those, and there's tons of information online, and I believe Chris knows a ton about this sort of stuff. He's done a lot of different work in terms of video and audio and all sorts of different areas. So going to throw you out there, Chris. If people have questions when it comes to that side of things, tag Chris in the group and whatnot and ask him. He's a rather smart man. Shh, don't tell him I said that. Oh, wait, he's watching. That's not why I said it. His article actually is the one that I included on another post there, where he really walks through some awesome tips and suggestions on audio recording when you're like doing your book, an audio version of your book. Fantastic and really good tips. And the tips that also will apply to your Facebook Lives as well, or any video stuff that you're doing. Because you're speaking, you're talking. You don't get to edit a live, which has its downsides. But you know, there's a lot of different things that you can apply in there as well. So I think I'm probably done. And I know I already said that once. How many times should I say it this week? Yeah, no, I think this is good. I wanted to really do that for myself as well for you guys, to show you the process of how to actually do a Facebook Live on your phone. So for any of you who haven't yet tried it, you now know what to expect when you start pushing those buttons on your phone. And a secret group, right? Great tip there. You can totally get in there and just do it for yourself, and then you can watch it afterwards. You might not want to watch it afterwards. We are our own worst critics. But nonetheless, that's an option. And yeah, just focus on your focus. I'm really bad for that. Plan out what you want to say in advance and then stay focused throughout your video. That is a huge tip. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, guys, I'm going to buzz. My daughter's going to start getting all antsy on me here because she's got places to be. So have an awesome Friday. Have an awesome weekend. This was kind of fun. It was, like I said, very chaotic for me on my end, but hopefully it translates decently on your end as you're watching this. And it's going to be weird because I just realized too that with this program I'm using, I had cropping on my image, so my Facebook Live image space isn't full. You've got all this black space and everything. So that's something that I need to practice and work on myself. All right, have a great one, guys, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye. See, I said my bye-bye. I don't know how to end it on this one. Okay, see, that was such a formal bye-bye, and now, yeah, all right, bear with me. Ah, that. Okay, I found it. It's a different tab. So now, bye-bye.